Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do part 2 of challenges and we're starting off with Studio. The game starts at midnight, which is good because if it started during the day, it probably wouldn't last very long. At exactly 9 AM every day, the zombies transform from slow walkers to sprinters. If you're outside after 9 AM and a horde sees you, you're going to have a bad time. Use the first 9 hours you have wisely. The first thing you should do is get your hands on a watch and always keep an eye on the time. I give this mode 8 out of 10. It's a really cool concept. The fear of running out of time is a great motivator to get stuff done quickly. I just wish the night and day cycles were switched so I could roam the city during the day instead of at night. The descending fog. This challenge is pretty simple. It gets foggy and hard to see. The fog doesn't come in immediately, it takes a few days. I didn't really enjoy this game mode, although the fog has one benefit is that you can lose zombies from your rear vision quickly, allowing you to fast forward, walk away on a pretty consistent basis. I rate this 3 out of 10, do not recommend. You have one day. This is another game mode that isn't really survivable. You spawn in a closed off map. There are zombies already on the map, but after 24 in-game hours or 1 real life hour, the real horde arrives. Trying to fight them won't really work. They just respawn again anyways. There's limited supplies, obviously because of the limited map. You can survive for a long time in any of the buildings by breaking the floors and starting an indoor farm, but it's not a long-term situation. Again, I'm gonna rate this 3 out of 10. I see how it could be a fun challenge between your friends to see who can kill the most before dying or something like that. Last but not least, we have Winter is Coming.
Winter's coming.
It's another pain and suffering game mode. Well, I know some of you guys like to suffer, so let's dive right in. First things first, and this was surprising for me to learn, is that the cold will not kill you. It's not even the hardest part about this challenge. Once you get enough insulation, you can walk outside freely, and indoors you might even overheat. Here's a picture with all the top tier clothing for insulation values and water resistance, or you can just go to the wiki and look under the clothing to get those values. The hard part about this challenge is the sheer amount of zombies surrounding everything useful. The hordes are huge and only getting bigger. The best thing to do is probably hit the road, but don't go walking down the highway in your default clothes. Try to get some warmer clothes and some reliable weapons. Once you head out, a good place to start is the McCoy logging area. There's fewer zombies around here and you'll probably find a bunch of weapons and tools. Alright, with that out of the way, let's talk about professions and traits. My personal favorite profession to take is burglar, simply because I really do not like spending time in Muldraugh, especially when it has 4x population, and I want to get out ASAP. So that's why I take burglar, just so I can hotwire a car and get the hell out of there. Okay, let's talk about useful traits. First of all, let's talk about non-useful traits. Light eater is not very useful. It might seem like it is at first. I took it thinking, hey, I'm gonna be a light eater. I can just eat less and it will help me survive with low supplies. The reality is you will still lose weight if you don't eat enough. You just don't go hungry as fast. The only thing this trait is good for is saving you from the negative effects that come when your guy is very hungry. And as for useful traits, we have Outdoorsman and Resilient. Outdoorsman is labeled as not affected by harsh weather conditions. What this means for the game is it will lower your chances to get a cold when you're cold or wet. So for people that take Outdoorsman in regular games, it's not that useful. It's only good for preventing a cold. Now let's talk about Resilient. Resilient is a little more useful because it lowers your chance to get a cold to 45%, but it makes your cold strength, so when your character is very cold, your strength will go down. Well, if you have Resilient, your strength will only go down to 80%. Realistically, if you have 2 extra points, I would throw them into Outdoorsman, but if not, I would worry more about things like Adrenaline Junkie, Strength, Fitness, and stuff like that, because those are much more useful for surviving long term. As far as running out of food, you can start a indoor farm or start fishing. I have heard that trapping stops working completely. I never trapped, I never cared to, I never fished, I never cared to, so I don't know. But indoor farms will work. If you're not much of a farmer, I'm not much of a farmer, I would personally live close to a city and make small raids to replenish my supplies. That's what I do. Hordes are big, but you can lead them off into the forest or fight them off little by little. That's kind of the fun of this mode. Honestly, I give this game mode 10 out of 10, even though it has a lot of the things I don't like limited vision and huge hordes, but it's a fun challenge, and the trees can dance, so that's always fun. Alright guys, that's the end of the challenges. At the end of the video, I'd like to apologize for it taking so long to get part 2 done. I've been working full time and I'm not sure how many more videos I can push out. I would really like to make a Kingsmith video. I've already finished recording the video portion of it, but I just need to make it into a series, and honestly, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work and I don't have much time or energy, so I apologize for that, and thanks to everyone that subscribed. See you next time.